So let's stop. Let's just stop whatever we're doing. And sitting comfortably upright. Waking up now. Noticing the aliveness that sits here. We can be specific. Notice, receive the life where the body makes contact with the chair or the cushion. And we have the oldest friend of a lifetime, breathing in and out. And each breath has its beginning, its rising to fullness, its vanishing. Of course, the mind may well wander. It does this. It's designed this way. And we cultivate mindful presence. And so we notice each breath as it begins, each thought as it occurs, each longing, each liking, each disliking, each experience of pleasure and pain. Meditation is so much simpler than we make it out to be. It's common to look for the big experiences, the moments of transformation. They come along sometimes. And then there's now. The now of this moment. Of breathing in and breathing out, just as we mammals have done for a long time. This is the moment of our aliveness. As Ajahn Chah put it, this moment is like this. Each breath and experience have their coming into being, their moments in the sun, and their passing away. And so you may awaken after a few seconds of a wandering mind, or maybe a few minutes. And in that moment is the miracle. There's the moment of remembrance, the moment of wholeness again. And then there's the various trance states, the five hindrances, all the emotions. We take so many things seriously, all of which are ultimately trivial. And so here we sit. Each breath has its beginning. And with intention, awareness can abide there, resting in this in-breathing and this out-breathing. Observing the mind of desire, the mind of disliking, the mind of restless agitation, the mind of sleepy dullness, the mind of doubt.
Yeah.
This moment is exactly like this. What a strange thing to say. Shouldn't it be different? Shouldn't the mind be some more ruly, controlled way? What a remarkable relief to accept what is. And as we come to the end of this time of sitting, may all beings everywhere share in the merits of our practice. May those near and dear to us think of your near and dear ones. We have a little time together. A few weeks or months or years. Wish well to your loved ones. And we do this for our own sake. And expanding to friends and relatives, colleagues at work. May they remember their true great nature. And onwards to people all over the world who are experiencing crisis right now. And to all of us humans, who by the very nature of life, anicca, impermanence, have enormous adaptation to do all the time. And of course, that's just among the humans. There are all those creatures right now in the sea, in the oceans, in the lakes, in the rivers, in the ponds. Those who live in the trees, those who fly, those who slither, those who burrow. May all beings share in the merits of our practice. Please bear with me a moment. Much though I love the sunshine blasting in, we have a building permit. It's a ridiculous little document. We have it so the contractor can now lock in the subcontractors, and building will happen. Of course, it won't happen fast. There's a 2-week ripening period or something after you get the permit. But we can go ahead now and plan with some firmness. There's a couple of other things I wanted to share with you. It was really good to be disconnected. And a realization that's been dawning really deepened. And you'll notice it in my teaching here and in the rest of my teaching as well. One word we can put on it is forgiveness or relinquishment. It is essential that we overcome any tiny resentments that we have from the past or the present. To have a resentment, to cherish a resentment, is to lock us into the reality, the fantasy, that there is a past, and locks us out of the present moment. Ram Dass said it all in Be Here Now. Be here now. This is it. So that was one realization. And another, which actually took a big step forward at the John Day fossil world. All those layers up there in the mountains, I tried to find a picture, and I'm going to show you a handful of pictures, but I couldn't easily find one of that. There are all these layers. There's a layer of basalt, and then there's a layer of something else, and there's a layer of something else. Those all took millions of years. Our lives are less than a breath. So let's go dancing while we've still got feet. And let's practice like our hair was on fire, said the Buddha. Which means let's really face into our pain. Let's really face into our joy. Let's dare to be one of the there's a line from Father Theophane. Dare to be the first person to say, I love you. So I want to share just a handful of pictures with you. Mostly because of the vastness. Let me see if I can get it to work. There's that. Oh, I should put my headset on, awkward as it is. Jim, will you tell me if it works? Do we have a picture? It works?
It's working.
These are the Wallowas. Exquisite. Did that change the slide?
Yes.
Okay. I can't remember exactly where this was. One of those reservoirs, all of which are desperately low. This was out there somewhere. There's the lovely Jennifer. With behind, this is the Oahe Reservoir. This is how much water it's missing. Quite remarkable. Sunrise in Leslie Gulch. Leslie Gulch. I mean, is that not something? This is sunrise in the Alvord Desert. That's the Steens Mountain behind. And this, I don't know whether, oh, it may work. This is a dog that never runs. But the desert.
Call Dobby.
She went insane in the desert.
Dobby, come. Dobby. Come on, Dobby. Hello.
A giant glacier once lived in this valley. This is on Steens Mountain. This notch was where two glaciers met. And this is in the Painted Hills. Here they are. I mean, that is something. And here we are. So, so what's happening for you, dear friends? It is lovely to be with you again. Seems like a long time, and a second. It's always both.
Good morning, Robert. It's Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to me.
I wrote you 3 poems while you've been gone. I will send you one today. And while writing and contemplating, I came up with this wonderful thought. And I'm all about completing projects, starting, gathering, doing the work, putting everything away, and it's done. And I realized when death comes for us, I will be surrounded by incomplete projects and conversations not had. And what I realized was I have to let go of this idea that I will complete everything and then it will be time. And accepting that was this profound moment. So that will be a future poem that comes to you. It's still clanking around in there, but there are words that want to put themselves together for that. And thank you for asking me to do something that was uncomfortable and I did not want to do, because I have found a measure of joy and peace in putting words on paper that I didn't think I would have. So thank you, my friend.
You're a closet poet.
Maybe, or maybe just, a mental voice that needs expression. Who knows?
Thank you.
No, thank you, my friend.
I had a little experience of that in leaving on vacation. To close my computer and not do email, there are 600 emails awaiting me. Most of them, of course, are nothing, but they all have to be gone through. But then with the building project, so many things were left, in my experience, just left hanging. And I found it quite remarkable how easily I did it. Like, I'm out of here. What else is happening for you?
Hi, Robert and Sandra. It's Kat.
Hello,
Hi.
Kat.
I wanted to share that thanks very in large part to this Sangha. Last Sunday was a year of being sober. And so 2 days after was a year of meditating with the Sangha. So that's my little miracle. And I'm very grateful to you all.
A year.
You want onion rings for breakfast? No, you can't have onion rings for breakfast. God.
Why not?
I don't know. Because I'm already making Brazilian cheese bread for breakfast.
Whoa.
I know, fancy.
I remember when you appeared about a year ago. What a wonderful turning point in your life. I guess I could announce this. I was looking seriously into doing a 5-day retreat in October at Manuka in the Gorge, and then it just wasn't gonna fall into place, and with this Delta variant. So instead, what I'm going to plan is a 5-day retreat where you stay at home and do your very best to plan meals and maybe if you have the opportunities, stay somewhere else. And so that more will be revealed on that. And yes, Hollyhock is, to the best of my knowledge, they are running workshops, and the border is open. There's some protocol, getting a cast within 72 hours and so on. But I'm planning on it. That's in 2 weeks. I will again be gone for 10 days, more, 11.
Robert, it's Pamela.
Hello, Miss Pamela.
Hello. I think I've mentioned in the past that my partner has some cognitive decline, and it's been hard in a lot of ways. But one of the things that came to me this morning was the gift that I can no longer have expectations of him. And as a result, we go through our day and our lives with a much less burden. It just seems like each moment is each moment. And if I want something done, I take care of it myself. And if not, I let it go. It's just been such a fascinating and loving lesson for me to just let it all go and not have expectations.
What a
So,
teacher of that, huh?
yeah, it's a real gift of
Mhm.
the condition. So just wanted to share that.
How long has that been happening that you know of?
Um, Maybe I was suspicious. I was suspicious about a year ago that he was being forgetful, but it's yeah, probably about a year that I've noticed. But when I look back
Mhm.
on things, it's been happening for a lot longer than that. But in terms of beginning to realize that he's not responsible for his forgetfulness, sort of a letting go of blame.
Uh-huh. he should he should just try harder, damn it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're just not paying attention. To
Oh,
like
God, Jennifer says that to me.
and just letting go of all of that has been a real gift
Yeah.
that and I get frustrated and I need respite and that sort of thing. But that's different. It's not a resentfulness. It's just I need time to regain my own equilibrium from time to time and rest. So, but there's actually more laughter and more joy in the household now that I don't have any expectations.
Well, I would guess. Really, it's my mother had strokes, and gradually she still recognized me to the very end, but it's so hard to believe that this person can dissolve before our eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
He was a journalist, and so he was very aware of everything going on in the world and had interests of all sorts and read voraciously, and most of that is he doesn't read anymore. He still knows me.
Mm-hmm.
We can do fun things, but it's a much simpler life in a lot of ways. Yeah.
That reminds me of part of my experience on my journey/retreat. I took 5 books with me. I read 2 chapters in How to Be Anti-Racist, and I listened to 3 chapters, short chapters, in Waking Up White, and they were fascinating. I mean, really well written and important. And mostly, I just sat. I didn't want to go into the mind. I just wanted to be. Very interesting. Funny. If you notice, my speech is a bit weird. I'm hearing myself half a second later, and it's like tongue twisting. Well, good luck with that, Pamela. I hope you get lots of support.
I do. I have really good support. Yeah.
What is the name of this person?
Kevin.
Kelly. Thank
Kevin.
you.
Kevin.
Thank
Kevin.
you. And how long have you been a couple?
10 years.
Yeah. And this evolution wasn't in the plan at the beginning.
No, not at all. When I met him, he drove a silver Miata and was quite energetic and adventurous.
You just don't know.
Just don't know. You just don't know.
I guess we should go dancing while we still have feet.
Exactly. That was very apropos for me this morning.
Goodbye, Mr. Dalton. Thanks for holding the ship together during my absence.
Fun. Thanks. Good opportunity to learn.
Good morning, all. It's Denise.
Hello, Denise. Who knows where
Hello.
Leslie Gulch is?
Yeah, I actually was there yesterday.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, I was for work. Yeah.
Huh.
I just wanted to say that one of the things I noted having other teachers here was what I thought or noted as an apparent like discomfort of a lot of the teachers with our silence. And maybe that was just my own interpretation, but I felt like there was like this level of like, oh God, nobody's saying anything. Maybe I should fill the space. Is everybody, like anybody got something to say? Nobody's got anything to say. Okay, goodbye. See ya. We finished early. So I guess I just want, even though I'm filling the space with my voice, I just wanted to say thank you for that silence and the safety and comfort of that space.
Yeah, I will speak to them or send them an email probably, because they'll be filling in again while I'm at Hollyhock, that to jump into the middle of such an established process where silence is really welcome would be hard, because you'd wonder, geez, am I doing something wrong? Or so. Thank you. You have a very interesting job. What took you to Leslie Gulch for a day?
We are collecting seeds of a rare plant. So let's see, a bunch of seeds were collected 20 years ago of rare plants. They're stored in seed banks, right, to just in case something crazy happens. So this project is to go back, recollect seeds that were collected 20 years ago, and test the fresh seeds against the old seeds to see if the banked seeds are okay.
Wow.
And yeah, and there's a rare endangered plant in Leslie Gulch. So I went to go collect the seeds, but the flowers are still in bud. So I'll be going back.
That's quite a road in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
We shook the RV on the washboards. Ooh.
Hi, it's Joy.
Hello, Joy.
Was that enough silence in between?
No, you went too fast. You're funny.
Well, right. I'm going to Hollyhock next week, and I appreciated that you said I should look at it as a pilgrimage and a privilege. So I'm looking forward to that experience. But lately, just today, I'm wondering. When I was reading about Buddhism, and one of the writers said, you can't progress if you're lying, if you're dishonest or lying or breaking the ethical rules that are set up. And you know what all those are. But so over time, I have wanted to be more honest and not secretive and tell lies, but it can be very, sometimes people prefer things to be unsaid and not deal with truth. So do you have any thoughts on some of these ethics? Like, do we have to be honest? Or can we not just keep gossiping meanly?
Have you read my book?
Not yet.
There's the chapter on the precepts is really helpful.
Okay, where would your book be available? From your website?
You can get it from the website. You're in Canada.
Yeah,
yes?
That is where I am.
So Amazon has it in Canada, but local bookstores probably you can order it.
Okay, yeah. Maybe they have it at Hollyhock in the bookstore?
They definitely have it at Hollyhock.
Yeah,
okay. I told them they asked on one of the forums, are there any books we should have? So they'll have it. But the chapter on the precepts there, but it's very helpful. And
sorry, can you?
I'm just thinking how to do this.
Oh.
There's a great short little article by Sam Harris on lying.
Oh, yeah.
That I could send to you individually or... Okay. I will put a link to this little... It's a half-hour read. A little, which changed my life. It's a little read on lying. But the precepts aren't rules somebody made up. They're the law, like gravity, like the speed of it. Right. And they're meant exactly like that. They are descriptors of how a person behaves who realizes that something done to another is done to oneself. Not as a theory, but it's in fact true. Mm. So with speech, there's a few questions. Is what I'm about to say true? Kind? Is its purpose healing or connection? Can I say it gently? And is it the right time? And for lots of things, it's not the right time. And if any of these questions are not answerable with a yes, then stay silent. And so we don't have to go through the world saying everything that we observe and everything that comes to mind. Sometimes there are circumstances where we must speak where we really don't want to. But the precepts are offered as guides, not as rules. They're the law, but they're not the rules. And gossiping, gossiping and idle chatter in general, and the media is all idle chatter, or almost all. Why do we gossip? when, for instance, if you and I were together, Joy, and we were talking, and we talked about someone else, what are we not talking about? We're not talking about what's happening between you and me.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a way of avoiding intimacy.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah. Well, and we do it all the time. But then, it's so often when the kids leave, the marriage is over. Well, it's been over for a long time because all we've ever done is avoid each other or talk about the kids.
I often wonder if intimacy is actually worth it because of all the confusion.
Yes.
Well, superficial relationships are so easy and fun.
That's true. There's a very high cost to be intimate with any person.
Yes.
And then, of course, there's such a cost to not.
Oh.
Because it's going to be over soon.
Oh.
And will I stay in my isolated bubble, or will I dare to be the first to say, I need you, or I love you, or... I really appreciate the beautiful clarity of the things you're sharing.
Oh, thank you.
I want to find something here. The Ruth King greeting. Ruth King, who wrote, I'm forgetting which one of the books. Anyway, but she had people say this at a workshop, looking into each other's eyes. If I didn't belong to you, I wouldn't be here. If you didn't belong to me, you would not have come. My heart and your heart are very old friends. Isn't that something? If I didn't belong to you, I wouldn't be here. If you didn't belong to me, you wouldn't have come. My heart and your heart are very old friends. That's beautiful. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you. It is hard to be a human being, as you say.
Yeah. On the other hand, we can wake up and then it's anything but hard.
Oh, it gets simpler.
Yeah.
We talked about simplicity while you were gone. I thought that was a very good conversation. I can't remember who it was.
Hi, Robert. In the spirit of this whole conversation, I just would like to say that you coming back has made me appreciate just how much, when your time to turn to dust comes, there will be a gigantic hole, taking nothing away from the teachers who filled in for you. And in the spirit of being the first, I love you. Have made such an impact in my life. And there's actually an objective metric. I just checked Amazon, and you are number 6,357 in Buddhism. I mean, that's amazing. You are amazing, Robert.
With no promotion. Funny.
Yeah. No,
tell me again. 6,000.
Oh, there are a number of numbers here. You're number 6,357 in Buddhism under books. And in happiness self-help, you're 11,597. Think of all of those millions and millions of happiness self-help books, and you're 11,597. Amazing. Amazing, Amazon.
I feel really uplifted by that news.
It depends on how you look at it. No, seriously, I couldn't sit with the idea that you might, in 10 minutes have something happen to you without letting you know over and over and over again how much of an impact you've made on my life and how much I love you and miss you when you're not here.
Well, I love you too, and I'm grateful. How long is it that we've been walking together? Must be 10 years.
Some interruptions. I started with you in 92, 93, something like that.
Good God.
Then after a couple of years, I went away and then came back in like 2013, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, I did that. 2013 was my first Mountain Waters retreat with you. So I actually got back to you, I guess, in 2011 or 2012.
I remember that in Mountain Waters.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And I do love you too. Even though you moved away.
It was either you or my wife.
What a rude thing to say. Makes me feel second. That's very funny. And thank you. Yeah. Well, I need to go fairly soon. Anybody sitting with anything else you want to share?
Hi, Robert. Welcome back. It's Eileen.
Hello, Eileen.
Hi, and I'm so glad you had a lovely time. And but I wanted to just say that one of the things I always, where are you? Oh, there you are. That I miss most when you were gone, was your singing, your song. In fact, sometimes when you're here and you don't do it, I miss it. But I associate that with you so much, and I love it. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Thanks. I did play and sing that some when I was gone, though I have to go far away from Jennifer because when I sing anything like that, it gets stuck in her head, and if I start singing, she says, no, 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 no. But I think having the refuge chant stuck in the head's not a bad idea.
Hi, Robert. Hi, everybody. It's Birch here.
Hi,
I
Birch.
also just want to say a deep bow and gratitude for all the teachers that were held such beautiful space for each of us and us as a Sangha, as well as they're so kind and respectful in their love and care of you as well. It just gave me such a a sigh of gratitude for the Portland Insight meditation crew. So it's like, yay, you're doing it right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Are you still coming to Hollyhock?
You bet. So looking forward to sitting with you and everybody.
Oh, Pamela, just occurred to me. I'm going to share something here. Here, that'll do it. Buddha went on the trip with us, and it was quite eye-opening. In two circumstances, I let him loose. And one was at the overlook to the Hells Canyon. And he kind of ran back and forth about 100 feet away and then 100 feet away on this side of the wall. And then we were walking back to the RV, and of course he's totally deaf. But usually I can catch his attention. But he didn't see me. And I had to go get in his view, and then I got him on the leash. But then when we first got to the Alvord Desert, which is miles of flatness, I thought, oh well, I can let him loose here. And he's always loved to run, so he was kind of at a trot. And he trotted off in this direction, and then he stopped, and then he went in another direction, and then he went in another direction. And it became apparent to me he was lost. And we were in plain view. And then he kept getting further and further away, and I kept thinking, well, he's going to turn around. And then I got more and more anxious. And then he disappeared out of my view. Jennifer could still see him. And I jumped in the RV and slammed some doors and things, and then drove off to find him. But he has some serious cognitive decline. And here at home, it doesn't show much, because there's the familiar places and there's fences. But he's old. He's 16. His picture's still up for me, and the Buddha that I knew is dissolving before my eyes. What was it? Achan Buddhadasa said, "The truth of impermanence blazes at us with the brilliance of a million suns. It's a miracle we don't see it."
Yeah.
Phew. No living creature escapes time. Boy, that was obvious in the fossil beds. 43 million years ago, there was this layer. So let's go out in the familiar way with Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam. May all beings receive all blessings. And sadhu, may it be
And send
thus.
the
I know, in August.
the pictures. The desert.
Shall we go?
Sure.
Bhavatu sabe mangalam. Bhavatu sabe mangalam. Bhavatu sabe mangalam. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See you tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah.
Good to see you again, Robert. Welcome back.
Nice to be back.
Yes.
Be well, be well, be well.
Thank you, Dave.
See you, David.
See you, Dave.
Would somebody stay on here? Whoop, hang on. With me for a few minutes to see if we can get my sound to work properly. Anybody want to volunteer?
I can stay, or you guys, you're on it. Okay, good. Other people are on it.
Okay.
I'm going to work.
Bye. I hope you find the plants you're seeking.
Oh, I'm going to have to come back because they're still in bud.
Right.
So I can't collect seed from flowers that are
Right.
not having seeds yet.
Right.
So,
You can't just tell them, hurry up and get it over with.
yeah. Well, we do have like special bags you can put over them, but like they have to be pollinated first. So yeah, I have to come back.
What a hardship.
I know.
Is it anywhere near the camping area or somewhere off more remote?
Right at the camping area. Actually, like there is a population like within 100 yards of the camp. You might have even seen them.
Huh. There's a lot of flowers in there.
Yeah. Surprising for how late it is in the season.
Is it as bad as I think that reservoir is empty?
Yes. But I think it's worse in Oregon is not as bad as some of the other places as far as being affected by drought, but it's, climate change is real, and it's water is going to be a real issue, especially in those dry places like that, and set up some weird politics and anger.
Well, I wonder what's going to happen to those 40 million people who are dependent on the Colorado. They're going to need someplace to go, and that'll be here.
Yeah.
I think we need to build a border wall.
Oh, brother.
All right, I'll be good.
All right, I'm off.
Okay, so those who are going to help, I'm going to disconnect from this sound and see if I can get. And would someone just talk, maybe recite poetry or something? Because that's what I need is this ongoing signal. All right, I'm going to go plug in over here. Get rid of this now. Oh, goodbye, friends on Facebook.